Class 2, 1200 metres for race number 3. We've got 8 horses going to post here, headed by Regency Legend, though. 2 starts here in Hong Kong for 2 wins. He'll jump from barrier 1 with Zach Purton in the saddle. California Fortune will roll from the 6. Ugly Warrior, his first start on the turf. He's won 5 on the all-weather. New Asia Sunrise likes to roll as well from 4. Star Shine, first up for the season, a 2-time course and distance winner. Raging Blitzkrieg off the all-weather as well. Precious Ship makes his debut. And Magic Legend, lightweight here. Dylan Moe takes £5 off his back. New Asia Sunrise has been up at Chung Far. He came back on the 24th of January. He'll be ridden by Responsibly from barrier 4.
We know that California Fortune's got some pace, and Ugly Warrior, he's been known to sit relatively handy to the pace as well. So they look to be the obvious two. You've got Regency Legend, who should get a perfect run behind them. And with a £5 claim, we have seen in the past Magic Legend go forward. So at this point, we've got him sitting 1 back and 1 out. But the favourite should get a gorgeous run through on the inside.
A number of horses in this race have been working well, including New Asia Sunrise up at Chun Far, but we'll focus on Regency Legend. What a revelation he's been in just 2 starts. He's gone up 22 points. There's not a great deal really to look at him. He doesn't stand out in the mornings, just very professional-like. Had 2 light pieces of work. Ugly Warrior comes onto the turf under race pressure and conditions for the first time. Working well on the all-weather. We know that's been his surface so far, but they're going to roll the dice here and throw him onto the turf in a race. And Star Shine, now he's had some real serious injuries, some chronic inflammation problems. An extended period of rest was advised back in October. He's had that. His work's been okay, but you just wonder, coming in first up against some horses that are pretty fit and going, it might be tricky for him and tough.
Yeah, it was a super win, though, that final start of last season, that 3-way go on the final day. All right, well, let's start off with the favourite, Regency Legend, and Zach Purton.
Zach, Regency Legend, 2 from 2. Have you been impressed with what he's done so far?
Yeah, it's hard not to be impressed with what he's done. He's put 2 solid performances together. He's not a very big horse. He can work himself up a little bit pre-race. He's finding himself at the top of the ratings here. He's going to have to carry a big weight, so that might be a little bit of a concern, but apart from that, he's shown that he goes pretty well, and it's only a small field, so he gets his chance to try and do it again.
Danny Shumi's trainer said on the press after that, when he was only 90% fit, you've ridden him in his work since then. How's he come through that run?
He's not an impressive track worker in the mornings, which is why he went out at the price that he did at his first start, because he also wasn't trialling well on the dirt, which is why I originally didn't take the ride on him. But he's obviously a racehorse. He gets on the grass. He's a different horse, and you know, it's hard to get a line through him in the mornings.
How far do you think he can progress?
Well, let's just take it 1 race at a time. Like I said, he's lightly framed, and he hasn't really got the attitude to be a top horse at the moment, so he's going to need to wrap his head around that. But Danny thinks he's pretty good, so hopefully Danny's right.
A big Country Star. The Country Star will run again Wednesday night, but the blood in the track here has got to be a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, I think it does. He raced at Trentham in New Zealand. He was beaten in a stakes race there. And what he's shown here, if he was still in New Zealand, he would have been right in that top echelon going for some of those big races. I think he's got a big future, but there is that little bit of an underlying issue now. There
are some issues, yeah, obviously blood in the track here. There are exceptions to the rules, though, as well. We know that with horses, they don't necessarily have to look good, but they can still run. He can definitely run. He can reel off good sectionals. But as Zach highlighted, a 3-year-old now, 22 points in 2 starts, got to carry a big weight. This will be a test for him.
All right, but he's probably going to be a pretty short price favourite, I'd imagine. One of his rivals, Raging Blitzkrieg. Well, he broke through for his maiden victory 3 starts back. We're watching him last time out there over the 1650.
Well, that's the other way of looking at the race, Andrew. We sort of painted the picture for Regency Legend. If he doesn't win and he gets beaten, who beats him? Is it Raging Blitzkrieg? Take an eternity to win one, but now he's going well. I think potentially he's better on the surface, but he is fit and he's got a lightish weight here. I think he'll be competitive.
It's sort of hard to believe that he's only really won just the 1 race, Raging Blitzkrieg, because he's cost punters a fair bob so far. He's not without a chance in the race.
That was Elusive State beating him as well, who's having a fantastic season. Now, Ugly Warrior. First time on the turf on race day. He's won 5 of 7. He's just trialled once. You've got to go back to November 2017 to find that trial.
You do?
On the turf, I mean.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, again, we're looking at Raging Blitzkrieg on the dirt. Now we're looking at Ugly Warrior on the dirt, but coming onto the turf. So they've got question marks. Again, you ask yourself, if Regency Legend doesn't win, who defeats him? it's hard to know whether or not Ugly Warrior's capable. If he's as good as he is on the all-weather, he'll be right in it.
He was given plenty of time to get over that last start performance. I didn't think he travelled very well at all in that last start. From the 500, he was really being scrubbed along. So that trial was better, but all his form so far on the dirt.
All right, and Star Shine has warmed up with 2 recent trials coming into this for Francis Lloyd. Notched up the 600 midweek.
He did, and he was at the real prime of his prep, as you said, Andrew, in that last race of last season with a 3-way go, and then all of a sudden he's had these issues, these setbacks. He's been off the scene for the best part of 5 or so months, and now he's got to come in first up, you know, taking on horses that have had runs and so forth. I think he'll go well, but I'd be surprised if he can win first up. It'd be a great training performance if he can.
I've left him out of 4, but I'd have him in as 5. I still don't know how he won that race on the last day of the season, because probably even 5 yards out he wasn't going to win. No,
and in that prep he did take a few runs before he really sort of captured his form. So I don't know whether I snuck him in at all. I didn't actually in the end. I just kept coming back to Regency Legend. He's done little wrong. You know, we can sort of find a few little sort of negatives, I suppose, alongside of his name by the way he looks in the mornings. He's not an overly sort of flashy type, but he's got an engine, and it looks like he'll probably be the hardest to beat. California Fortune, I think, is a big, strong, solid horse who will be up on the speed and stick well. Raging Blitzkrieg, Ugly Warrior, 1, 2, 6, 3. I just kept coming back to the class factor.
Yes, so did I. Regency Legend, he'll go around fairly short. He's around 150 in the market at the moment, but he had a good turn of foot from the 400 last time out to run down Country Star. So he's on top for me. Ugly Warrior, Raging Blitzkrieg. I don't think there's been much between those two. And I didn't mind New Age of Sunrise coming through the Regency Legend race last time out. Sat just in front of the winner, 1 back, 1 out, but he boxed on well enough. 1-3-6-4. Yeah,
I tried desperately to find something to beat him, but couldn't really, and then Regency Legend. But I do like Magic Legend. He's one off 99. He's now off 81, minus still in those £5 as well. So off a lightweight, he could give him a scare as well at each way odds.